Season 7 of Fortnite is finally here, and we couldn't be more excited. Season 6 ended with an iceberg in the distance slowly getting closer and closer to land, and that iceberg has finally hit the Fortnite map, bringing a lot of changes with it. From incredible map changes to an entirely new vehicle, Season 7 is shaping up to be wild, so let's get you up to speed. Map changes. The biggest change with each season of Fortnite is always the map, so why not start there? We got a whole new biome in the southwestern corner of the map known as the iceberg. This is where the huge iceberg from outside of the map hit, and it brought a lot of snow and cold weather to Fortnite. Throughout the snowy area are a few new points of interest. For starters, we have Frosty Flights, which is an area that resembles a small hangar. Here, you'll find a Stormwing plane, which we'll get into later, along with some decent floor loot. It's not the greatest landing spot, but the guaranteed Stormwing makes it totally worth it. We also have Polar Peak, which is right smack in the middle of the iceberg, and it looks like the snow is so thick it covers an entire fortress. You could see stone walls and a large stone tower sticking out around the snow, and there's usually a chest on top of it. The only problem is, landing here makes you an easy target for planes, since you're right in the middle of the iceberg. Lastly, we have Happy Hamlet, which is anything but happy because, you know, people go there to die. In the Fortnite world, at least. It's a full-blown Christmas resort town with plenty of small buildings and decent loot. It's around the size and style of Lucky Landing, but Christmas themed, and is essentially the Paradise Palms of Season 7. Throughout the iceberg biome, you'll even find some icy surfaces that'll make your player slide around. Think of them like chiller traps, except they don't turn your feet into blocks of ice. Still, they could really mess up a gunfight if you're not careful. Sadly, we did lose Greasy Grove, one of the OG areas in Fortnite, since it's now covered in snow and ice, but it was fun while it lasted. We'll miss you, buddy. Stormwing. We mentioned the Stormwing in our last entry, so let's go more in depth on the new air vehicles introduced in Season 7. Right off the bat, these planes are so much fun to use. We were in love with them the second we got into the pilot seat. Despite only having a maximum of 4 players in one squad, the Stormwing plane has 5 total seats. One for the pilot, and the other 4 players stay on the wings, holding on for dear life. Not only is the Stormwing a great way to get around the Fortnite map, but it's packing some serious heat. The plane comes with a mounted machine gun that could be controlled by the pilot, but don't go all guns blazing with it because the gun can overheat. If you're worried about sticking the perfect landing, you don't have to be. Just jump out of the Stormwing and you'll be in skydiving mode, meaning you'll be able to activate your glider and take no falling damage at all. You could use the roll buttons for sharp turns, and pressing both of them will make you fly upside down. A quick double tap of the button will make you do a barrel roll, just like Peppy instructs you to do in Star Fox 64. The Stormwing even comes with a boost like the Quad Crasher, but with an added air brake for extra mobility. While we love these planes, we died by having someone dive bomb into us with one in our second game, so let's just say that we already have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Stormwing. Good luck! Creative mode. It's safe to say that Playground mode has been a huge success for Fortnite. It allows players to discover secrets they'll never get a chance to encounter in the heat of the battle, and allows the more creative minds out there to create games and challenges that spice up the game. In Season 7, Epic Games decided to spice things up themselves by adding Creative mode. If you know anything about Creative mode from Minecraft, it's essentially that, but in Fortnite form. You can build anything you want, spawn anything you want, and even fly around your island so it doesn't take you forever to move from point A to point B. The Creative Hub provides access to your own island, the islands of other friends who've joined the server, and features islands created by the community. Essentially, Creative mode allows you to build your own island. Player islands are your creative space to do whatever you want. You don't get to change the shape of the island as it's still the same as the regular Fortnite one, but you could change things around, creating your own points of interest. To top it all off, all your progress saves automatically, so there's nothing to worry about. Unlike the 1 hour of time available in Playground mode, you'll be able to keep the server open for 4 hours at a time. Battle Pass owners will start with 4 islands to allow for plenty of different creations, and other players will only get access to 4 different islands on December 13th. Friends can visit your island, and island owners can set permission to determine if your friends can edit and build while visiting. Don't freak out if the game crashes often while in Creative mode though. It's still in early access, so Epic Games will gradually fix any issues that may occur with hotfixes and their weekly updates. Vaulted items. As usual, Epic Games decided some items just won't fit into the Season 7 Fortnite meta and decided to put them in the vault. While a lot of these aren't a huge deal, there are some vaulted items that completely shocked us. Just remember that even though it's in the vault, it doesn't mean it's going to stay there forever. For starters, everyone stay calm. The double barrel shotgun is gone. Yup, that's right. You could no longer carry 4 at a time and wreak havoc on your opponents like Daquan Loco. These shotguns dominated close range combat in Season 6, but with the addition of the epic and legendary pump shotguns, Epic Games decided that they were no longer necessary. The Porta-Fort is also out of the game now, seeing as we also had the Porta-Fortress, which is just the bigger and rarer version of the Porta-Fort. It's not surprising to see it leave the game. We only need one of these cover creating items. 2 of them was a little overkill. We were surprised that the chiller traps were vaulted. Almost nothing says winter more than ice, so we figured the chiller traps would fit right in, but obviously we thought wrong. Like we mentioned earlier though, there are icy surfaces around the map now, so they'll still be in the game just in a different way. Clinger grenades and shockwave grenades are now in the vault, which is great because they were often used by your teammates to troll you. Lastly, the shadow stones have been vaulted, which makes perfect sense seeing as how they really only fit into the spooky Halloween theme of Season 6. We don't need the ghost of Christmas past to interrupt our fun in Season 7. Ziplines. Another new feature in the iceberg biome are ziplines. Throughout the iceberg and around expedition outposts, you'll notice plenty of zipline cables. Just go near any of them, jump in the air, and you'll latch onto the zipline sending you up or down. Yes, you could somehow zipline upwards, so clearly Fortnite physics are different than real life physics. What's funny about the ziplines in Fortnite is that your character doesn't hold on to anything. A magnet appears that's strong enough to carry your player even if you don't have any metal on you, and keeps you nice and secure. It looks hilarious, but the real reason Epic Games made the zipline work like this is so you could still aim, fire, and use items on the zipline. Talk about convenient. Wraps. Fortnite players have been asking for gun customization for a while now. We don't want attachments and all that like they have in PUBG or Blackout, but what we do want is to be able to change the look of our guns because they've all looked the exact same since they were introduced. Well, in Season 7, Epic Games decided to listen to the community. If you purchased Battle Pass Season 7, which we're sure you did, then you have access to wraps, which are essentially skins for your guns. By getting your tiers up, you can unlock plenty of different wraps to spice up the look of your weapons. The customization doesn't just end there though, because you could apply a different wrap to any type of weapon. Shotguns, SMGs, rifles, snipers. They could each have their own wrap. You could also make each of them have the same wrap, but where's the fun in that? On top of all this, you could even use wraps on vehicles, meaning the customization options are nearly endless. We're sure you'll be able to buy wraps from the item shop too, which will give Epic Games even more money. They're milking the cash cow for all it's worth, and there's nothing wrong with that. Balloons. When balloons were introduced in patch 6.21, they were a whole lot of fun. They reduced fall damage and allowed you to get some ridiculous heights. Just don't hang out in the sky too long because if all these balloons pop, there's no way you'll survive the fall unless you get picked up by your friend in a Stormwing, that is. Anyway, balloons have been adjusted for Season 7. Now, when they're equipped, you'll be able to use weapons and items instead of just having your player hold onto a rope for dear life. To balance it out, you could now only attach 3 balloons to your back instead of 6 and begin lifting off once the 3rd balloon is attached. If you want to release a balloon, just press jump while in the air. The stack size for balloons are also reduced from 20 to 10, but overall, we really like these changes, and they'll make balloons much more useful in Season 7. Circle changes. One of the main complaints about the storm in Fortnite isn't about the damage it deals to players or how quickly it comes in. No, it's about where the next circle forms. In Fortnite, if you drop on the outskirts of the map, you'll most likely encounter less people, increasing your chances to survive and earn a victory royale. But you could also be dealing with an entirely different kind of enemy, the the Storm. If you drop on the west side of the map and the circle forms on the east side of the map, you'll be chasing after it all game. Luckily, with all the vehicles in the game now, outrunning the Storm isn't incredibly difficult. Due to the fact that it's easy to get from one side of the map to the other in Season 7, Epic Games decided to give the circle a higher chance of ending on the outer edges of the map. This essentially gets rid of the disadvantages of landing on the outskirts of the map and makes rounds of Fortnite even more interesting than they already were. We may even see some dogfights in the skies if half of the circle is in the ocean. Locker filters. Another feature that the community has been begging Epic Games to introduce into Fortnite are locker filters. After 6 seasons of Fortnite, there are so many skins, back blings, harvesting tools, gliders, and emotes that it could be the most infuriating thing in the world to try and sort through all of it in your locker. Not only did the locker get a nice sleek redesign in Season 7 due to the addition of wraps, but we finally got our filter. No more are the days where we would get annoyed at our locker. There are plenty of new filters for our emotes, including all, new, favorite, dances, emoticons, sprays, and toys. The clutter is gone and it looks so good. The locker clutter was an issue for many players with a lot of cosmetics and emotes, but now the new GUI Epic Games put into Fortnite makes it so easy to maneuver. Longer season. While most Fortnite seasons tend to be around 2 months long, that's not going to be the case with Season 7. This season will be the longest one yet, scheduled to end on February 28th, 2019, meaning you'll have a whole extra month to make sure you get to Tier 100 and unlock the Ice King skin. A 3-month-long season sounds as long as, well, an actual season in real life. It also means you get more bang for your buck in regards to the Battle Pass, so it's safe to say that Season 7 is shaping up to be the best season of Fortnite yet. Those were just some of the big changes that were introduced in Fortnite Season 7. Are you pumped up for this season? What was your favorite Fortnite season? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to TheGamer for more Fortnite videos like this one. Thanks for watching.